Welcome to Tech Talk Central. We're diving into something pretty exciting today. Gaming laptops that try to balance serious power with actually being portable.
Yeah, it's a tricky balance, isn't it? We're looking specifically at two machines, both packing the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4070 solid graphics power.
Exactly. On one side, we've got the Asus ROG Zephyrus G16.
And on the other, the HP Omen 16. Both strong contenders, but with some interesting differences.
Right. Our goal here is basically to break down those differences so you can figure out which one might be a better fit for, your needs.
Jump right in. Maybe start with the screens. That's often a big one.
Good idea. So the Asus, it has this 16-inch OLED QHD plus display that's 2560 by 1600 pixels.
And a 240 hertz refresh rate. Super smooth.
Seriously smooth. And OLED means, well, you get those amazing colors, really deep blacks. It just looks fantastic.
It really does. But then you have the HP Omen 16. It's slightly bigger, 16.1 inches, but it's an IPS panel.
And full HD, right.
Yeah.
1920 by 1080.
Yep, FHD. And the refresh rate is 165 hertz. Still very good for gaming, but not quite the 240 hertz of the Asus.
So there's a trade-off right there. Incredible visuals and smoothness on the Asus versus still really good visuals on the HP. Maybe slightly easier to drive for the GPU because it's a lower resolution.
Exactly. IPS is known for good color accuracy, too, and wide viewing angles. It's not OLED-level contrast, but it's a very solid display technology. Plus, pushing fewer pixels might help battery life a tiny bit, maybe.
Okay, interesting. Let's move inside. Processors. The Asus has the Intel Ultra 9 185H.
16 cores, 22 threads, boosts up to 5.1 gigahertz. A new chip architecture from Intel.
And the HP. It's got the Intel Core i9-14900HX.
Now, that was a beast on paper. 24 cores, 32 threads, and it can boost way up to 5.8 gigahertz.
Wow. Okay, so 16 cores versus 24 cores. That sounds like a big difference.
It can be, yeah. For tasks that really use all those cores, like heavy video rendering or complex simulations, the HP likely pulls ahead quite a bit.
But for gaming, is it always that clear-cut?
Not always. Games often lean more on single-core speed or a smaller number of fast cores, plus the GPU, of course. That 5.8 gigahertz boost on the HP might give it an edge in some titles, but the Ultra 9 in the Asus is no slouch either. It really depends on the specific game and how it utilizes the CPU.
Gotcha. So more cores on the HP for multi-threaded stuff, potentially higher peak clocks too.
Right. Now, memory. Both have 16 gigabytes of RAM.
Which is pretty much the sweet spot for gaming right now.
Totally agree. But there's a difference in type and speed. The Asus uses GDR4 at 6400 megahertz.
And the HP uses DDR5, but at 4800 megahertz. That seems counterintuitive. Faster number on the older tech.
Yeah, it looks that way, but DDR5 as a technology generally offers much higher bandwidth than DDR4, even at a lower clock speed number sometimes. Think of it like having more lanes on a highway. Even if the speed limit is slightly lower, more data can move at once.
Ah, okay. So the DDR5 and the HP might actually give it a bit of an edge in memory-intensive situations, despite the lower megahertz number.
Potentially, yes. It's generally considered the newer, faster standard overall.
Right. Storage-wise, it's simple. Both have a 1TB NVMe SSD.
Yep. Fast boots, fast load times, no real difference there. Standard good stuff.
And the graphics card, the heart of a gaming laptop, both have the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4070 with 8 GB of VRAM.
Correct. So on paper, gaming performance should be very similar.
But there's always a but, isn't there?
Yeah. Thermals and power limits play a big role. How well each laptop cools that 4070 can affect how high it boosts and for how long. So you might still see slight performance variations in real-world gaming.
Okay, that makes sense. Let's talk about plugging things in. Ports.
Important stuff. The Asus gives you two USB-A, two USB-C.
All 3.2 speed.
Right. Plus an SD card reader, which is great if you're into photography or video. HDMI, headphone jack, Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth, pretty standard loadout.
Okay, and the HP?
The HP also has two USB-A, but then it swaps the other two USB-C for two Thunderbolt 4 ports.
Ooh, Thunderbolt 4. That's high-speed, versatile, good for external GPUs, fast storage, docks.
Exactly. Big plus there. It also had HDMI, headphone jack, but adds an RJ45 Ethernet port for wired internet.
Ah, handy if you don't trust Wi-Fi for serious gaming.
Definitely. Speaking of Wi-Fi, the HP has Wi-Fi 7, the latest standard, whereas the Asus has Wi-Fi 6.
So HP wins on future-proof connectivity with Thunderbolt 4 and Wi-Fi 7, plus wired Ethernet. But the Asus has that SD card reader. Depends what you need more.
Precisely. Now, physical stuff. Size, weight, extras.
The Asus is noticeably slimmer and lighter, about 4.1 pounds and just over half an inch thick, comes in gray.
Yeah, it's quite sleek. And it has that RGB keyboard and comes bundled with a folding laptop cooler stand, the PCO radiator thing.
Okay. The HP is black, a bit chunkier, around 5.3 pounds and closer to an inch thick.
Right. Also has an RGB keyboard, but it comes bundled with a HyperX Cloud headset. That's a decent gaming headset included.
So Asus is more portable, HP is a bit heavier but throws in a headset. Trade-offs again.
Always. The HP display also mentions being micro edge, low blue light, 300 nits brightness. Standard features for a good IPS panel.
And both run Windows 11 Home, so no difference there.
Nope.
Now, the crucial bit may be price and availability. We saw both listed for $1,799 on Amazon.
Yeah, identical price point, which makes the choice even more interesting, focusing purely on the features.
But stock seemed low when we checked. The Asus said only 5 left. The HP said only 10. That could change fast, obviously.
Definitely something to keep in mind if you're looking to buy soon. Both offer free returns, and there are those Syrian protection plans you can add, like 2-year or 4-year or monthly options.
Great standard add-ons.
Right.
Okay, let's try and wrap this up then. We've got 2 RTX 4070 laptops at the same price.
Yeah, the Asus ROG Zephyrus G16. Its big selling points are that stunning OLED screen and its thinner, lighter design, more portable.
And it has that SD card reader.
Right. Then the HP Omen 16. It counters with potentially more raw CPU power thanks to that 24-core i9, plus you get Thunderbolt 4, Wi-Fi 7, wired Ethernet, and they throw in a headset.
But it's a bit heavier and has an IPS FHD screen instead of OLED QHD+.
Exactly. So it really boils down to what you value most. Is it the absolute best visual experience and maximum portability? Maybe the Asus?
Or is it the highest potential CPU grunt, future-proof ports, and the bundled headset? Then maybe the HP.
Both are really capable gaming machines, though. You're getting strong performance with that 4070 either way.
Definitely. It's a good problem to have, choosing between 2 solid options like this.
For sure.
Okay, well, if you want to check the latest prices or maybe snag one before they disappear, definitely check out the links we've put in the description below.
Yeah, prices and stock can change quickly.
And hey, if this deep dive helped you figure things out or even just gave you food for thought, we'd love it if you subscribe to the channel, Tech Talk Central, for more reviews and tech discussions like this one.
We'll keep diving into the latest tech for you. Thanks for tuning in.